I will also talk about APs. These are advanced placement exams. They happen in the month of May. They are, if I give a poor analogy, similar to board exam, which happen in the US. These are standardized tests. If I were to put out a very clear definition, but they are pegged at grade 12, which is the school leaving level, the college entry level. And again, the idea is that they indicate academic seriousness and merit. Few caveats here. I think you need an authorized school for subjects like AP Seminar, AP Research, Computer Science Principles. These subjects, it's very hard to take them from India unless you have an authorized school associated with that, which is very expensive. You have virtual school options, but that's just about it. You can take art and design also, which is portfolio driven, and you can submit those portfolio digitally. Again, you can start taking AP exams from the beginning of your grade 9, but be mindful about those choices because a lot of universities like Stanford, for instance, are now mandating that you report all of your AP scores, which essentially means that optionality in terms of saying that, look, I would report great scores and I will not report bad score has gone away. So you become mindful about selecting what APs to take and what to not take. How do you take AP courses? Of course, like I said, you use this to show serious academic intent and interest. So there are few ground rules. Of course, everyone's situation is different, but pick courses that you really like or you want to explore, but there's a likelihood that you would not study deeply, which essentially mean in your grade 11 and 12. So someone who's picking up sciences, for instance, your PCM pathway may not study humanities, right? So you could pick those up. There's sociology, there's history, and so on and so forth. Do not, as a rule, pick up easy courses. Psychology, environmental sciences, these are considered at easy APs, and a lot of people do it because they want to showcase, hey, I've taken an AP, and that's why I'm a better student. But these don't necessarily indicate a lot of academic rigor or intent. Again, if you're genuinely interested in that subject, then that's a different matter altogether. Calculus BC is considered one of the most difficult subjects, and a lot of people tend to take it early on in grade 10, for example, or even in grade 11, which is a good way to indicate seriousness. But be mindful that if you're picking up a subject like further maths in your A levels or mathematics analysis and approaches, maths AA in your IBDP curriculum, then Calculus BC is a redundant course. It does not signify anything incremental apart from just getting you a score before the time you apply. That has a very marginal value to my mind. AP has started this year and more significantly from next year, a career kickstart pathway, and it has 3 courses: finance, cybersecurity, and networking. Again, my personal opinion is that it may have high career value. You know about these subjects and therefore can apply them or start to think about them once you are out of school, but may have very limited value in terms of admissions. And emanating from these principles, you would see that students take biology, for example, in grade 10 to test interest, whether I want to take biology or take the rest of STEM subjects because they tend to be much, much harder. And committing to a pathway later in 12th becomes easier based on this choice that they face. People also take APs at the end of grade 12 because through that they are able to accumulate a certain number of credits and eventually say to the university, you know what, most of the courses you're going to teach me in first year I've already done, and therefore I should get a pass and I straight away get an admission into my second year, the sophomore year. And this becomes a way for you to reduce your costs as much as by 25 to 30%. A lot of people take modern history. Interestingly, it's deemed by a lot of Ivy Leagues as a must-have course if you want to get admission in there. And it's a very interesting anecdote. My son was taking a modern history AP just about 2-3 days back, and there was just 2 people in the entire center. The microeconomics AP, which was there about a week back, had more than 20, 25, 30 people. So again, just because it's difficult, don't let go of that AP. That choice has to be made upon what your ambition is. What is it that you would want to do in a real manner? And APs is a very strong and a credible way to indicate your seriousness.